Hey guys, so let's break down this AUDUSD trade. So what we see happening here, we can see we've got a higher time frame POI. So I think this is our 4-hour POI, and we're also looking at this on the hourly. Now what we can see is a push to the upside and a break of structure, leaving behind this trap zone just here. So from here, what we can see after this push to the upside, we have mitigated this 4-hour POI. And if we drop down to the 15-minute time frame, what we can also see is we've actually had a low formed here. This low has then put in this high. All this structure is a little bit clearer on the 5-minute time frame, but essentially we've had a shifting market structure or a chalk, whichever label you really want to be putting on it. But we can see we've had a push to the upside. This here has become our sweep of liquidity, and then after this sweep of liquidity, we can see we've actually had this push to the downside, causing our shifting market structure. So from here, if we drop down to the 5-minute time frame, we could then see a little bit more detail where everything is actually playing out. So we've had our sweep liquidity, shifting market structure. All of this is now looking a lot clearer. And from here, we can see a further POI, which is this point here on the 5-minute, and we can see price. So we can see where price has tapped into this area. So essentially my thought process for taking this trade is we've had a mitigation of this trap zone. We've grabbed some liquidity here, and we've then essentially just been going sideways for a period of time. Then we've generated some buy side liquidity at this point, and when we've had this sweep of liquidity, a push up, tap into this POI, I had a limit order placed here with a 5-pip stop loss. We can see we've actually pushed further to the downside after this. Now the reason for this trade to play out is as follows. So what we can see over here, we do have some imbalance left behind here. We've got our mitigated POI here. This was an area that we was interested in taking scalps from this morning, but as you can see, NFP has had other ideas. We've also got a higher time frame trap zone here, and we've also got another POI here on the higher time frame. So we've got all this reasoning for price to still continue pushing to the downside and refill this imbalance and approach these unmitigated POI. So this was the reasoning for the actual price action to be moving in this direction and following the mitigation from this POI just here. Now I did actually close this trade early at 2.7%, so it was around about here where I manually closed this because I will not trade NFP. I protect my capital, and as you can see, price did then push much further down. So I took 2.7%, but this did actually peak at just shy of or just over 8%. Now, I'm not here gambling. I would much rather protect my capital, pay myself this 2.7% rather than run the risk of the NFP result pushing further to the upside and either taking me out of break even or taking me out at a full stop loss. So I would much rather that 2.7% rather than risk, this spike just here and gambling to, try and take more profit from the markets. And that's not what we're about. We analyze, we protect our capital, and we manage our risk. So this is the trade. It's quite a simple looking trade. If you guys have any questions or anything at all, then feel free to reach out.